Okay, Joanne, it's great to see you again. Michael, thanks for joining us here at Management World 2013 in Nice, France. Joanne, talk a little bit about the announcement Tekelec made this week.
Sure, Jeff. So this week we announced significant enhancements to our policy server. So it's a new release of our policy server that really extends our sophisticated rules engine. And it allows for lots of new services. So for example, one of the enhancements we have is dynamic quota management. So that allows the service provider to not only manage the monthly quotas that you have today with your tiered service plans, but also do things like rollovers of quotas, being able to change quotas within a month, being able to offer quota add-ons, dynamic service add-ons like roaming passes or application passes and things like that as add-ons to your existing monthly quota. That's one of the enhancements. Another is with the significant adoption of VoLTE in the latter half of the year, one of the things that's going to be very important is being able to prioritize emergency calls. So in this new software release, we have emergency call prioritization for Voice-Over-LTE, which is going to be critical to enable those VoLTE rollouts, as I mentioned, later this year. The third area is policy analytics. So this has been something that a lot of our customers are very excited about. As they roll out more and more policies with the policy server, whether that's traffic management policies or monetization policies, they want to see what's effective, what's not effective, how can I evolve these policies to offer new services, what can I learn about these policies that I've deployed that allow me to create new offers, what policies are not working and I can just remove those. Because we have some customers now, one of them is deploying hundreds of policies on our policy server. So when you think about it, as the service providers use these policy servers more and more, they're going to have to find a way to manage all these different policies and really understand them better to offer better services to their subscribers. So, and the final enhancement is enhanced capabilities for policy on Wi-Fi networks. And that's really about prioritizing devices and applications and services on Wi-Fi networks, because Wi-Fi networks are getting congested too. A lot of people don't realize that, but we have some cities like Hong Kong where they're actually offloading people from Wi-Fi onto the 3G network because Wi-Fi is too congested. So we have to find ways to better optimize all the usage across all these access networks.
Well, you mentioned devices. Maybe, Michael, you could talk a little bit about the future of policy on devices.
Yeah, no. So building on the theme that Joanne just mentioned, we have a new solution that we're putting together called our Mobile Policy Gateway, and that fits within the context of this broader Policy Everywhere initiative that we started launching last year. And the big thing about the Mobile Policy Gateway is it really gives us the ability to extend the control and ultimately policy enforcement down to the device. And it started originally with looking at leveraging policy and the decisions that it could be made for Wi-Fi offload, so around the initial specification of ANDSF. But as we looked more into it and we realized that the ANDSF specification called for a policy function in the network that was strictly for access management, but was separate from the rest of the policy infrastructure, we realized if you can combine those two and what we know about networks and subscribers, you can open up a whole spectrum of new use cases that are very interesting to the subscribers and the carriers. And so now offload management is just one kind of basic introductory use case within our MPG suite, but we've identified, I think, up to 10 initial use cases that we just published in a white paper last month that kind of go the spectrum from cost control and loyalty generation types of use cases for the carriers, so things like application management, reduction of chatty signaling in the network, battery management on the devices to improve QoE for the customers, all the way out to very kind of leading edge revenue generating use cases. So things about mobile advertising and payments, targeted content delivery to the devices. Once you have that channel between the policy infrastructure and the device, again, you can open up a whole new range of use cases. And so those are the things that we are talking about in our Mobile Policy Gateway solution.
I'd like to close maybe with getting your thoughts on big themes coming out of this year's show that you're hearing about.
I think the big things right now that we're seeing are around big data, and that's some of the shows that or some of the tracks that we've been on, and it's very interesting because it fits very nicely in with our overall Thinking Networks evolution, again, that we talked about at Mobile World Congress, and big data policy analytics being one aspect of that, but then also leveraging all of the other types of data that are available in a carrier's network that can be used to help them either compete or cooperate with over-the-top providers, all in the effort of delivering better service and monetization of the traffic going over their networks. And then the other big thing would be kind of the whole digital lifestyle, digital services transformation that the carriers are going through. And again, that's a big evolution, not only from a network infrastructure, but from a business model perspective. And we believe that the whole policy infrastructure, the whole policy ecosystem is going to play a huge role in helping the service providers, make that transition to digital lifestyle providers. So,
Joanne, anything you want to add?
He stole my thunder. I did want to say the digital lifestyle. I mean, it's very interesting to hear Telefonica Digital, for example, speak this morning about the new digital lifestyle services that they're offering and over-the-top applications that they've developed themselves and that they're offering broadly to other operators around the world as well as to their consumer base. So I really see them as one of the leading interesting digital lifestyle providers, and as Mike mentioned, policy and charging and subscriber data management, all these capabilities play such a critical role in helping the operators evolve to these digital lifestyle providers.